Hi, this is Carlos Gomez back with our fourth video in the series, Resumes Get You Interviews. Now, if you haven't seen the first three videos, look them up. They're very good. They're full of very good information for you. They'll help you prepare a resume. And resumes are important. I mean, maybe someone like George Bush won't ever need to write a resume again, but the rest of us do need resumes. They're what gets our foot in the door. That's what opens the door to the kind of job that you've been looking for. We're going to continue with this resume here, which is for the person looking for a job in a computer-aided drafting field. We covered the objective last time and this misuse of the education step here. That's in video 3. You should look that up. We're going to scroll down here into the skills section. I've highlighted a line here. Now this is the area of skills. This shows where you say, I have skill. This is what I can do. This is really what I can show you. And I highlighted this because it says here this person is proficient with Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. Now grant you, this person is looking for a job in the computer-aided drafting and design field. This means he has to have his wits wrapped around his programs, his software. He says here he's proficient with this. That means he knows how to use it. He knows his way around the program. He can set things up. He can program things. He can make it do what he wants it to do. Now, if you look right here, the obvious points here on these bullet points is that either he can't or he really doesn't pay attention to detail and leaves things out of whack, out of alignment. None of these bullet points are correct except for the last 4 here because they don't roll over. The minute something rolls over, it's thrown out of whack. This doesn't show he has proficiency. If we scroll up here, we'll see that objective and education are different size fonts, different type fonts, and one is bolded, one isn't bolded. This doesn't show me that there's some proficiency. Now you might think I'm nitpicking, but really, when you look at the resume overall, it immediately looks a little sloppy, it looks a little bad because of this. If you're going to state you have a skill, please show it. Do not make mistakes like this that point out that you are not proficient in the skill. No one's going to continue reading the resume. You're not going to get called. You won't get an interview, and you won't get a job, and of course that means no money coming in. Now the next step I'm going to go to here is the section where he calls experience. And when you're going to use experience that can be related to the position you're applying for. Okay, one of the mistakes that are made here is that he puts down jobs like an assembler job, where he assembled signs here for distribution. Now this does not have any kind of relation to the position he's applying for. It does not show that there are any skills or abilities that he can apply to this new position. It doesn't show there's any skills or abilities here he can apply to any position or that might be of any benefit to an employer. Put down things, only use things that are going to show that you have value, that there's a reason for the employer to call you. See, I don't know why I should call this gentleman in for an interview. I just don't know. None of his experience here seems to point to the computer area, to the drafting area, to anything in that field. I don't see that he's ever done anything that relates to it. And if you remember, we go back to the education step. He's not ready to graduate for a few months. There's no reason here for me to call this man. This resume is written in such a way that it makes him look bad, even though he probably can contribute to my business, which is the next thing I'm going to show you. Look at this. There's a big error that's made in this resume that's really killing him. If we go down here to the last item that he's entered, he worked at a school, which I covered up here. There's no reason for us to know really exactly what it was. But he was a principal at this school for 3 years. Notice that? 3 years he was a principal. A principal of a school that had 1,500 elementary school students. 1,500. Can you imagine being in charge of that? That's a huge responsibility. He had 40 teachers, 1,500 students. Now, this is relegated to the last item on the resume. And mostly, there's not much here told in terms of skills, abilities, accomplishments that he had. Now, in a position like this person had a large amount of responsibility. There are many skills, there are many abilities, there's a huge knowledge base, there are accomplishments. There are many things that have been done. If he was there for 3 years, he was doing a good job. He has something to brag about. He has something he can bring to the table. Almost any employer I know would probably be able to use this person in their business. He could bring an area of organization. He's probably good at organizing, managing, making decisions, but yet none of it is included in this resume. That is a huge mistake. And again, this person himself is shooting himself in the foot by not putting his best foot forward. There are many mistakes in this resume. If you're going to build a resume, if you want a job, build your resume so that it sells you, so that it sells your skills, so that your potential employer will actually give you a call and want to interview you. Resumes get you interviews. Interviews will get you the job. Look, if you want a one-on-one personal resume consultation, write this number down. It's 1-800-974-8717. It's 800-974-8717, or go to our site. You can sign right up there. It's www.resumes.info. That's www.resumes.info. We want to help you get a job, the job that you're looking for, the job of your dreams. Give us a call or sign up online. Thank you very much, and look for our next video in the series Resumes Get You Interviews.